Currently on the screen is another view from the International Space Station, recorded about 6 hours ago, flying towards or tracking towards North America. The cloud on the right hand side of the screen could be the outer boundary of the developing tropical activity in the Fiji region. And for Sunday, the 4th of February, here's another update from the Force 13's Australia Oceania channel, where we have two tropical depressions. However, before we get on to the tropical information, a flood alert remains in force for all low-lying areas, small streams, areas adjacent to major floods for the entire Fiji region. Tropical disturbance 08F with an associated active trough of low pressure remains slow moving over the Fiji group, along with associated cloud and rain, which is impacting the country. And I think somebody has lost their life due to the flood water, and was located near 17.9 degrees south, 179.5 degrees east, remains slow moving. Convection continues to fluctuate over the low level circulation centre. Organisation remains. Poor cyclonic circulations extends up to 500 millibars. System lies to the south of an upper ridge in a low sheared environment. This is from the Fiji Met Office. Global models picked up the system and gradually move it in a southeasterly direction with little intensification in the short period or the short term. Tropical disturbance 07, 1002 millibars, located near 14.2 south, 164.3 east. Slow moving, position poor. So basically the information on both systems is very similar. The latest Himawari 8 satellite view of the region. There's also a weather system impacting the area north of Fraser Island, right up to Cape York. Here's the latest NOAA floaters on 97p. Bureau Meteorology here in Brisbane has extended the flood watch area for Walderson inland from Gladstone right up to Cooktown. Sea surface temperature remains a very healthy 30-31 degrees Celsius. Tropical tidbits, tracks on 97. Now we have a look at the NOAA floaters on Invest 98P. It tracks also via the Tropical Tidbits website. And look at total precipitable water. The scale is the right hand side of the screen, and what I look for from viewing this model is the area in pink. Now we have a look at various models and what they're indicating. Starting off with the GFS, this is the precipitation along with pressure. It's far too early to say what these systems are going to do. Could we also see the very rare Fujiwara effect? That's when two systems dance around each other. Now this is the Canadian model, and my position, or our position, is that when viewing models, caution needs to be applied, because the information does change. However, I look at whether there's any consensus or alignment between the models to form the same picture. Another look at the GFS model. This is pressure and wind speed in knots. There's no doubt that Fiji is to experience the more severe weather. One can monitor the Fiji Times online. They also have a Facebook page, along with various radio stations in that country. I've been listening to a English speaking run. This is the 850 millibar cyclonic vorticity, and including pressure. I've actually extended the length of this update. And you're always invited to post any comments below our videos. Nathan, Jason and myself, we appreciate the ongoing support, the increased support to the local channel. Now this is the Navy's NAFGEM model. And the time and date stamps are at the top of the screen across the various models. And caution needs to be applied, especially when you're looking past the 240 hour mark. A look at the upper level divergence, up around 40 knots, but this picture does change because the information is updated, I think every 6 hours, or it could even be less. Wind shear. 24-hour shear tendency. The 850 millibar vorticity, and I'm keeping an eye on that area north of Fraser Island, heading towards Mackay and the southern end of the Great Barrier Reef. Total accumulated precipitation, again it's the areas in yellow and dark brown. And Brisbane, 48 hours ago, recorded its coldest February day since 1989. A look at the Fiji service chart. There are 4 areas of interest. And there's one on the latest chart within the southern Cook's Island region. Now, for our viewers that are monitoring Tropical Cyclone Sibel, that's CEBILE, this is a life of the system up to a few hours ago. It is on a weakening trend. In our next update we'll have another brief look at the system. However, looking at the HIMAWARI 8 rainbow for the western region, that's West Australia taking in the South Indian Ocean, could have been tracking towards the Western Australian coastline. So stay tuned to the AU channel for another update. Within the next 6 hours. It takes a few minutes to encode videos then the upload to the channel. It can be a slow process, plus when we encode the video, depending on the makeup of the imagery, it does take up a bit of extra time. And Jason is based over in WA, in Perth, and he's our technical expert along with Nathan. Bureau Meteorology here in Brisbane has finalised the flood warning for the Pioneer River. Flood watch for North Tropical Coast between Cooktown and Wollaston. We also have a strong wind warning in place for the Cairns, Townsville, Mackay, Capricornia coast. And a similar one for Monday. This is another satellite view of the tropical cyclone. There are no warnings current for the states of New South Wales and Victoria. We also have a final flood watch for the Warburton District, Nullarbor District catchments, WA. And here's a look at the microwave imagery. We have a strong wind warning, WA, Pilbara, Nigaloo, Gascoyne coast. And a similar one for tomorrow. There's no warnings for South Australia. Similar for Tasmania.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which has had a revamp and is still under reconstruction, but take a look. Also YouTube, of course, if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good idea. Visit Force 13. We're also on Facebook under the same name, of course, and you can like us on there, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text for those. You can also add Force 13 on Skype, or my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.